So it's the beginning of day 14 of my weight loss plan and my road to Snowdon. It's been a funny old week actually. It's been busy. I've had loads going on this week and I've been very active considering I'm in pain a lot of the time. But I think I hide it well, and I think because I know what it is now, I'm able to carry on. Whereas before, because I was unsure of where the pain was actually coming from, I was a little bit worried that I was making things worse. Whereas I think that I'm at the point where it's pretty much as bad as it's going to get. I'm hoping anyway. The worst thing that could, I suppose, that can happen is that the pain is consistent, whereas some of the time when I'm able to sit down or if I'm laying in bed after a little while, I don't have any pain at all. So it's not really until I'm actually load bearing and moving around. So I'm hoping it doesn't get to a point where the pain is continuous. But at the moment, like I said, it's been an active week. Weight loss hasn't been great. I'm going to go straight into the weight loss. Now I'm on plan. I haven't come off plan at all. I've stayed within my sin values. So I'm allowed to have 35 syns every day, which there are many days I'm nowhere near that. And other days I get up to about 20, just depending on sort of what I fancy to eat. I don't think I'm eating excessively, though who knows. So, but yeah, so anyway, so at the start of this journey, I was 23 stones, 13 and 3/4. This morning, I weighed myself and I was 23 stone, 4 pounds and 3/4, which is great because, I've lost 9 pounds. But I've only lost 1.25 pounds this week in total. Now, at the beginning of the week, I was weighing myself every day again, and I had to stop that because my weight was really fluctuating from losing, I went all the way down to 23 stone, 3 pounds. And then the following day, I was 23 stone, 6 pounds, and I couldn't understand where that 6 pound had come from because the day before I hadn't eaten that much. I was really active. But maybe that's the problem in a sense that I have become more active because it's a conscious decision now to try and sort of build the cardio side of things up because I have set myself this challenge with Snowdon. I do know where I do know, I think is the correct way of saying it. So I know where the pain is coming from. So therefore I'm able to work through the pain a little bit now. So yeah. But I mean, if I'm completely honest, a little bit disheartened, but not giving up. That's just not in my nature. But yeah, so I'm just gonna crack on with it as I am. So going back to Monday, really so positive. My weight, I was weighing in at 23.3, and I was thinking, I've lost another 3 pounds from my last weigh in. And my walking sticks arrived, or my hiking sticks had arrived, and I thought I'm going to give these a go. I even went down to the gym on Monday and got onto the Recumbent bike, and I went and did another 15 minutes, my first 15 minutes on the Recumbent bike. Oh my God, what is it when you're on exercise equipment, especially like cardio, time seems to stand still. It was crazy. I was like, and even though there was a TV screen to my right and left, the clock was directly in the middle in front of this bike that I was on. And I was clock watching, if I'm completely honest, and every second seemed like a 5-minute duration kind of thing. So Monday, really positive, like really super positive, and I was on it, and I wanted to lose weight. Monday, I woke up in the morning, I weighed 23 stone and 4 pounds on the Monday, so I dropped another 2 pounds from my last weigh-in. I started the day off with my coffee, with my milk allowance. I had some gluten-free toast, which was my B allowance, healthy B allowance, I had beans, scrambled eggs, some bacon and some ketchup, which I synned the ketchup, and I had some low-fat spread as well, which I think was a 1 syn. Really nice breakfast. Made a change to the porridge. I was running around, so for lunch, literally, I had some sliced chicken, some eggs and soy sauce, and some other fruits, so some cherries, strawberries, nectarines. Obviously, not a whole punnet or anything, but so I was picking. Then I went to the gym and I did my exercise. And then for dinner, I had a massive bowl of turkey, chili and rice, which was completely sin-free and completely unplanned, and it tasted fantastic. That I did have a little bit of supper that night because I wanted a little bit more, so I had some supper. Day 9, yeah, my weight had crept up by £1, and maybe it was because of the chili, or I hadn't, you know, evacuated everything that I should have evacuated that morning. I don't know, but of course that set me off then thinking, oh, you know, this isn't going to be as easy as I thought, because the first week I had tremendous weight loss, and it's still off. It's great that it's still off, and I haven't put that weight back on again. But you know, there's no way that I'm losing it as quick as I was doing. So yeah, where am I? I'm just reading. I'm keeping a little bit of a journal. I think what I'm going to do with these videos as well is I'm actually going to video each day, because I think you're going to get a true reflection of how I'm feeling. We know that when you set yourself these goals, it's not always positive. And as much as I think I'm a positive person, I think it might be quite nice that you see that just like anybody else, I'm going to have highs and I'm going to have lows and I'm going to have plateau days. And you know, today's great. You know, it is what it is. I've lost £1 this week, £1.25 this week, but that's over the entire week. Whereas the week before, I'd lost over £7, £7.75. Obviously, the body went into shock, and it was just getting rid of all the excess that that I didn't need really. So, but there you go. So day 9. Where was this? Bloody hell, I did it. A new soup recipe. It was bloody lovely. I thought that was day... Where are we? Am I skipping days? I think I might be, actually. Anyways, Wednesday, for you guys that know that I used to have a bar in Leicester, my parents decided to sell the property this year. It was a family decision that we discussed over. The place could do with a bit of renovation now on the upper levels. Downstairs is looking pretty sweet because we spent a lot of money getting the place into a nice condition. And my parents are aging, and it's just not worth the stress anymore. So we decided, saying, well, I'm not using it. Come on, let's just get on and sell it. And it sold pretty quick. So Wednesday was, we spent the entire day clearing out all of the bar equipment. And I've got a friend of mine who owns a big warehouse in the north of Leicester. And I've rented some space where I've put a lot of the equipment up there. So if you are in the lookout for commercial, or not commercial, but sort of like some catering equipment, I might have some for sale, which if I do sell it, I'll put it onto my social media anyway. But I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. I haven't really quite decided. So where are we now? So we're on Wednesday now. Oh, my diary isn't fantastic. It is. I write it on notes, so I just keep back. So yeah, there you go. Notes, moved 1 tons. Okay, so my food for Wednesday, because I knew I had to be on site early, I cooked some turkey bacon in the morning. I had it on my healthy option B bread. I synned 1 teaspoon of Flora Light, which was 1 syn, and a tablespoon of tomato ketchup was another syn. And when I got down to site, after the lads arrived with the big Gluten van that we'd hired, I had my breakfast and a cup of coffee with my healthy A option. For snack, because I was out, I took some fish sticks and some fruits. So there was a plum and some grapes. And then in the evening, because we'd had a really, really busy day, literally, I put some pasta on and made a really simple pasta sauce, which was really nice, actually. I did syn the mozzarella. I really fancied some mozzarella. I needed something with a bit of a, that stringy chew kind of thing. So that was 6 syns on the mozzarella. And afterwards, I did have 2 small squares of dark chocolate. Just needed something sweet just to finish the meal off. So in total of that day, I had 12 syns out of 35. So again, nowhere near my allowance. Day 11. I had a really, really good meeting actually with a chef in Leicester, which was the Thursday, and because I was meeting him, I actually went into town and a little bit earlier, and I had like brunch rather than breakfast, so it was like an late breakfast, early lunch. Again, that was sinned because of the bread, which was, so I had beans on toast, and the toast was 10 syns because obviously it was 5 syns per slice. And then after the meeting, because I was in the city centre, I had couldn't really call this cardio, but I had a long walk around town. So from the cafe that we met in, I walked into the marketplace. I bought a sea bass, which I haven't cooked yet, so I got a whole sea bass. I did treat myself to some scallops, which were horrendous in price, but scallops are fantastic. They were steamed and eaten on the same day. And then I had a little walk around. So just because I hadn't really done anything that day because I'd been sitting in a meeting. Also as well, I'd done an interview in the morning with I don't know if it was a magazine or something like that. I can't remember now. So again, I'd been sitting on my backside pretty much all of that day. So for my lunch, I had the steamed scallops that I said about, and then for dinner, the chef that I'd met, he'd given me some spice rubs, and he gave me a jerk chicken spice rub. So he said blend it with some onions. So I got half an onion, I think it was, or an onion, and I blended that right down into a pulp, and I mixed the spice rub into that, and I coated the chicken and let it marinate for 2 hours, and then I roasted that in the oven. It was 2 chicken breasts. Obviously, I only had the 1 chicken breast, and I had that with some my style of Jamaican rice, which was rice with a stock cube. I fry lighted some onion. I put in some red kidney beans. I put in some lemon thyme, and yeah, it was a really nice rice. So that was for dinner. So again, that was, I'd pretty say that was a pretty healthy day, really. I mean, I think in total, I had 10. I had 12 syns. I can't remember why I had. I synned the chicken skin. Now, if you go to Nando's, you can have a double foot butterfly chicken breast with skin, and it's 2.5 syns. So, so I synned the little bit of skin that was on the chicken on the breast. I gave it 2 syns. I don't think it was that much. Like I say, it was dry roasted anyway under the marinade. So yeah, so I had 12 syns that day. Day 12. This is where I decided to stop weighing myself. I'd had enough at this point because my weight was literally jumping. I don't know if that's down to my body holding on longer in the morning, or I'm, because I've started to get back into the routine of getting up early, whereas like throughout the beginning of the summer, I was getting up quite late, actually 8:30. It was quite late for me. Whereas now I'm up to like 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, ready to start the day because I'm just slowly getting myself back into work before my daughter goes back to school. So anyway, so day 12, I'm going to have to stop weighing myself daily. I'm still on plan, but no weight loss. So yeah, so I wasn't in a good mood on Friday morning by the looks of it. What odd, as I'm being pretty strict and I've increased my physical output. So these are just thoughts that are going through my head because I'm just like, what's going on? Why am I not losing the weight that I was losing last week? I don't seem to have a lot to say on Friday. So for my meals, I had, again, my coffee with my healthy A option. Breakfast, I had the flat mushrooms, beans, plum tomatoes, gluten-free toast, which was my healthy B. For lunch, I just had some fruit. In the evening, I bought some of that sliced beef. It's like I don't know, it's a beef brisket. It's lean beef anyway. I can't remember. But it's literally it's wafer thin. It's lean, so it's sin free, and it makes a really nice alternative if you don't want to cook a huge roast. I did some roast potatoes in the air fryer, which I've had for 3 years and never used. So I did some roast potatoes in the air fryer, parboiled them first, and the potatoes that I did were the new potatoes chopped in half with a little bit of seasoning. I did some rice, obviously, because Chinese and you need rice, broccoli and cauliflower, and I synned the gravy and the horseradish. I've given myself 10 syns. I don't think it was anywhere near 10 syns, but 10 syns for the gravy and the cauliflower. And I had 2 more pieces of dark chocolate, which again were another 4 syns. So around about 14 syns that day. Day 13, which was yesterday, which was Saturday. Woke up, knew that I was going to be out for the day. I've got a Kung Fu school, and 2 of the instructors that I've got classes out in the south of Leicester had put an event on, so I knew that I was going to go over there and see them and see how the event was going. So so I diced. Well, in fact, I'll leave the recipe at the end of this video, and it was for this soup, and it was it had chicken in there, but again, I parboiled the chicken, so you can leave that out if you're vegetarian. Oh my God, it's a good soup. It's got potato in there and macaroni. Again, you didn't need to put the macaroni in there. I put the macaroni in there because I just needed something that was just gonna, make sure it was gonna fill me up and stuff. But oh my God, it was a bloody good soup. I've still got some on the stove, but obviously because the macaroni went in, it's sucked up all of the moisture now. So I am gonna try and thin it out and have it for lunch later today. Don't know how it's gonna taste, but I'll let you guys know next time I do a video, okay? Event was really nice. Bumped into a couple of instructors that I haven't seen for a while. The martial arts world is one of those places everybody tends to know everybody, and it was nice. It was nice to see sort of like people in the hall punching and kicking and having a good day really, and the parents were there, and it was great that these instructors gave up their time to help teach this sort of like multi martial arts seminar, which is fantastic. Last night, a friend of mine's birthday, so went to the pub. There was about, I don't know, there must have been 50, 60 people there for his birthday. He's a well-known, well, he's got salons, he's got hairdressing salons across Leicester, and he's very well known. He's been in the press quite a lot, and it was lovely. It was a nice night. I drank Diet Coke, and again, for you guys out there that are dieting, I know I know Diet Coke, and I know that certain foods that I'm eating aren't particularly good for me because of other health aspects, and I am getting this a little bit from some people, and I appreciate your concerns, and I appreciate your help and your knowledge. At the moment, for me, I just need to try and get this weight off, and there are other diets that I could potentially look at. I lost weight successfully before in the paleo. I've looked at the keto diet before. We all know it's just down to moderation and healthy eating, and if this is the problem where I'm at now, I think even though I have these allowances on Slimming World and I can eat pasta, I can eat rice, I can eat potatoes, which as a carb head, and I am a carb head, these are my downfalls. I need to start limiting portion size, and it really is as simple as that, and I think this is why I've only lost 1.25 pounds this week. So yeah, so there we go. I've got the recipe here for the soup. I did write it down because it was that good. So I had soup after I got back from the martial arts seminar, and then last night after I got back, it was quite late, and I know it's not the best time to eat, but I hadn't had dinner. I did have a chicken and king prawn fried rice. I did send some sweet chili sauce, and it was Saturday night, and this is my proper chocolate night. So I had a dark bounty, which was 14 syns. So yeah, and here we are, day 14, first thing in the morning. I've not had breakfast yet. I've had my coffee, weighing in at 23 stone, 4.75 pounds. So there you go. That's my second week done, and my total weight loss so far is 9 pounds. So 9 pounds in 2 weeks. Fingers crossed we get some more off next week. I have been looking at recumbent bikes first thing this morning, and I think I've sourced one. It's not too expensive, and I think it'll fit nicely just in the corner of my front room, where I can sit there every morning and every evening doing a cycle, watching. I'm currently going through the Grand Tour at the moment because I hadn't watched it. I watched the 3 specials that I did recently, which I think one was called Seaman, another one was called something else. Anyway, and yeah, I'm not that I'm massively into cars, but I think the symbiosis of Jeremy Clarkson, Richard Hammond, and James May are fantastic, and yeah, I like watching them. So that's what I'm watching at the moment. So, anyways, guys, I hope you have a fantastic week. If you are on this journey with me, stay positive, just like me. A pound is a pound at the end of the day. We can do it. Let's just maybe, if like me, you've had a week where you've pretty much plateaued already on week 2, I think really it is just small changes now. Small changes are increase the output and decrease the input, and it really is as simple as that. So I know we can do this, guys, and it's for our own health and for our own lifestyle. So anyways, thanks again for joining the journey. Thanks again for watching. Thanks again for your support. Thanks again for all the messages, and thanks again for caring. and I shall see you soon. All right, bye bye.